Blessed good afternoon to each and everyone. Welcome to Facts Not Fiction. Let me welcome each and every one of you tuning in on the live on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we move on. Welcome. You know, I saw some headlines this week and over the weekend. And those headlines just have me smiling, even yet with some level of anger, but yet still smile, because I am able to smile in every given situation. Let me jump here first before I get into those articles that I came across. So I am looking at a media release by the National Transformation Alliance, which is the NTA. Media release the 29th of January 2024. If I am not mistaken, I think that release is yesterday. It says, NTA to launch the journey to transformation with the hosting of a series of solutions focused anti-crime conversation. And this caught my attention. It says the National Transformation Alliance is pleased to share that we will be kicking off our Journey to Transformation series starting with national safety and security, which, in line with our policy, will include qualified national security experts sharing workable and tested solutions to the current crime scourge that is negatively affecting almost every citizen in the country. It went on to say, ladies and gentlemen, that these anti-crime talks will engage in distilling solutions to transform national security in Trinidad and Tobago. We see this as, and I want a little pay attention to this whole article, because this article, ladies and gentlemen, is very interesting. It says we see this as consistent with our patriotic duty, and the public will recall that NTA political leader Gary Griffith led the way and was the first to call for anti-crime talks with other political entities. I want you to pay attention to this. Was the first to call for crime talks with other political entities. While there is value in hearing from the public about how crime personally affects them, citizens will prefer to know that there is a political entity with the plans, policy, expertise, and political will to bring safety and security to Trinidad and Tobago. This journey to transformation will be aired online with open portals for discussion and questions, and repeated on national television to increase engagement and reach. We assure the public we firmly believe that this journey to transformation shifts the paradigm from that of laying blame and complaining this, ladies and gentlemen, is shocking to me. This is shocking to me. What I'm reading in relation to this media release, it is shocking to me in more than one way. Because if I am not mistaken, I really thought that this NTA was already a part of ongoing crime talks that is under the umbrella of the United National Congress. But when I get into the gist of understanding that, to me, this seems as some level of self-centeredness. To me, this seems as someone seeking to be established, to be recognized as a star boy in a movie. That is how this seems to me. This is Victor Roberts' opinion. To me, this seems as someone who wants to star in a movie, realizing that they are just a co-star, and decide that, look, I am more interested in being the star boy in this movie. So therefore, I will launch my crime talks. I will show and share workable expertise. I will bring to the table expert solutions. I am the individual with the political fortitude not to lay blame and play the blame game. Now I just tearing this apart for you, my followers and listeners, to understand it. I just tearing this apart. So I am not going to be about blaming the PNM or blaming anybody, but I am going to bring solutions, plans, policies, expertise to bring about safety and security in Trinidad and Tobago. And this journey of transformation, we will assure the public that we firmly believe that we have the solution to the crime problem in this country. You see, all the time, I had nothing to say, and I'll tell you why. I was just monitoring, looking on, hoping for the best. And this press release just kicked down all the hopes that I had. This press release just kicked down all the hopes that I had. Because when I look into this, and I saw what this represents, I realized, ladies and gentlemen, that this word power could send you mad. You see this word power? This word power, ladies and gentlemen, break kings, mash up kingdoms, break families, mash up families, break political parties, mash up political parties, break countries, mash up countries. The quest and thirst for power has no boundaries. It exercises deceit. That word, ladies and gentlemen, power, causes catastrophe in many what I will call unity. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this press release speaks volume to those who is equipped with a level of understanding, to those with a vision, to those who can see through things. The writing on the wall spells out power. I cannot, I cannot, I will not see things clearly in the day and then look for a flambeau in the night to see if I could see it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something here tonight. Power is also deceiving. The thirst for that simple word knows no boundary. We have seen in this country, ladies and gentlemen, we have felt the agony and the pain. We can look through the political history. We have seen the downfall of many political parties in this country because of the thirst for power. We have seen the agony between Patrick Augustus Manning and Keith Christopher Rowley over the years. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, the level of antagonism. We have seen the level of wickedness. We have seen the assassination of character because of power. We have seen the bitter taste. We have seen the deception. We have seen the mockery. We have seen Judaism, not in the biblical sense of the word, but person who portray the character of Judas. We have seen a country suffer because of men and women greediness for power. We have seen that people in this country rather mash up, destroy an organization, all because of power. We have experienced it. We have seen it in the PNM. We have seen it in the UNC. We have seen, we have experienced the pain and agony. When we look at what happened with the Romeo-Juliet affair in the UNC, we have seen what break the UNC. With the trio, the 3-0 in the parliament. We have experienced something with the late Basdeo Pandey, Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj. We have seen the breaking up with Ralph Maharaj, Shava Sudama, and others. We have experienced that. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand and realize that some people, some individuals would stop at nothing to be elevated to the highest heights politically. I don't know what you make of this press conference, this press release, sorry. I don't know what you make of it, but I make a lot out of it. I see a lot into it. And if you want to stay blind, dumb, and foolish, that's a matter for you. But I say it like it is. The UNC have crime talks going on. This gentleman, I want to know if he is still a part of that crime talk. And let me tell you something, you could fool yourself. Let me tell you something. Fool yourself if you want. But this release I am seeing before me here, it explains enough to me. The scripture says, who eyes to see, let them see. And who are ears to hear, let them hear. Well, I think I have some eyes for the time being. And when the print too fine, and the original eyes get in trouble, I have something here. When I put it on, as small as the print could be, I'm able to see it. So I'm going to leave that topic right here for now. I'm going to leave this press release right there. Look at here. Look, Archie have it here. I'm going to leave it right here for all you to look at it clearly and see what this spells out. Look at it clearly. See what that spells out. You see the date? The 29th of January 2024 media release. NTA to launch. What that tell you? NTA to launch the journey to transformation with the hosting of a series of solutions. Focus anti-crime conversation. That is what is before you. A matter of fact, that is what coming. It's not here yet, it coming. You understand? The second paragraph tells it clearly, these anti-crime talks will engage in distilling solutions to transform national security in Trinidad and Tobago. And it goes on to say, we see this as what? What we see this as? This is the patriotic duty. It is consistent with the patriotic duty of these individuals. It is consistent with our patriotic duty. It is consistent with our patriotic duty. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. All you better get real in this country and see things for what they are and stop mamagaing on yourself and feel that all is well when all is not well. Stop it. Stop mamagaing yourself. But I rest that there for now. I am going to leave that for now. I am going to switch over now to Miss Erla Christopher. I want to get down to Miss Erla Christopher. So I saw another article. Where I have it? I have it somewhere on this phone, somewhere right here. I saw another article, ladies and gentlemen, where the Commissioner of Police, Madam Erla Christopher, is threatening to take disciplinary action, disciplinary measures against not you, not me, but against her own police officers. Erla Christopher is threatening to take disciplinary action against her own police officers. For what? For wearing tactical gear without permission. Erla Christopher, the Commissioner of Police, is threatening police officers to take action against them for wearing tactical gear without permission. Is this the same woman that Rowley was standing up and defend? Is this the same commissioner of police that Rowley spent all this time in his meeting to talk about some ex-policeman who went on a platform and speak and condemn the actions of Erla Christopher, the commissioner of police? Is that the same Erla Christopher? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask a question. I want to ask the commissioner of police, did these police officers went into the stores and stole those tactical outfits? I want to ask this commissioner of police, if these police officers in local words went and thief these tactical outfits, because we saw this lady who was number 12 on the merit list, who spent so much years in administration within the police service, number 12 on the merit list, who spent all these years in the police service under administration. Today, I want to ask Erla Christopher how these police officers were able successfully to gather these police tactical gear without permission. I want to ask Erla Christopher, did these police officers went into the stores and thief them? That is what I want to find out. Did these police went into the stores and just stole all these tactical outfits and give themselves these outfits? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a police officer. I have family who is police officers. And I know that these police officers have to put pen to paper when they receive their gears from the stores. But it seems as though under this commissioner of police, there is no office procedures whatsoever. So anybody could just go and take what they want and wear what they want and get a criminal friend what they want, and then that's the end of the story. Because all these police officers who is not within those special units could have these uniforms, because the story tells us that in every division, some officers posing with this illegal gear. Or let me take that back. Posing with gears that they had no permission to wear or utilize. So what does that tell you? This have to be the reason why we have police ammunition on murder scenes. This have to be the reason why we have police uniform being utilized by unauthorized, by a matter of fact, by people who is not even within the police service. Because if this commissioner had to threaten police who in the service, who is working, who is precepted, threaten them to take action against them because they're utilizing a tactical gear that they have no authorization for, then this speaks failure of this commissioner of police. That is what it speaks. That is why we have so many unlawful activities coming out of what is alleged to be police. We have had several killings, SUVs, siren, men in full tactical gear, men in full tactical gear. We had one by the bird sanctuary. We had some in Diego Martin. We have all over the country. Men in full tactical gear. SUVs with siren. And when those killings took place, you will hear these people telling you that it was not police officers. It was not police officers. So then my question to Ms. Christopher is, where these not police officers who doing these execution getting your tactical gear from to commit these acts? We talking crime talk, you know. We talking NTA want to launch, you know. We hearing crime talk. We hearing Gary Griffith was the first to ask other parties to engage and to initiate crime talks. That is what this release tell us. It tell us that. And are going real smooth and light tonight, you know. Are going real smooth and light tonight. Real smooth and light. Because I'm waiting for these crime talks to start. I'm waiting for them to start. And then you will get the bitterness. Then you will get the bitterness coming from me. Because let me tell you something. Too much of games with politicians in this country. Last week I spoke about corrupted politicians that you, the people, continue to support and still supporting. Now we are games playing with politicians. We are games in the police service. Real games playing in the police service. And then Rowley have the audacity to stand up to defend. To defend who? To defend what? It's better Rowley spend some time trying to defend himself. Defend why you didn't declare. Defend why you lied to this country with the Petrotrin matter. Defend why you call A and V. Defend all that. Defend what you did with the special branch report that came out on Foster Cummins. Defend that. Don't stand up to defend Ola Christopher. She's the commissioner of police. What she is, a toothless bulldog. You tell us, Keith Rowley, what she is. Is she your pet? Is Ola Christopher your pumpek? Tell us. That is why I want you to tell us. Don't defend Ola. If Ola cannot even control the tactical gears that is in the hands of unauthorized officers, what are they talking about crime? What are they talking about crime? What Gary Griffith going to tell Victor Roberts now? That under his term of commissioner of police, he didn't have the green light to put these same measures that he want to come to tell all about now. Gary tell this country Gary Griffith tell this country how he was bullied. He was harassed to get who friend license, whether mining license or whether firearm license. What happened to Trinidad and Tobago? All is a bunch of jokers here, what? All is a bunch of jokers in this country, what? All you could take Papi Show every Monday morning and look comfortable with that, what? All let us take Dotish Talk and make it some big important thing. As far as I'm concerned, all this here that I just read there with press release from the 29, all that as far as I'm concerned is just a pack of hogwash. That is what I concern that to be. A pack of hogwash. You see, all in this country that's take chain up easy. All they like fair words and fancy speeches which deceive all their hearts on every occasion. Let me tell you something. All they better wake up and face reality in this country. All they better wake up and see who have all their interests at heart. I tell you last week, there is many politicians in this country who do not have all their interests at heart. And all they sit down with that. All they clap with that. All they rap with that. And all they enjoy that. Plenty politicians. All them 2x4 politicians who jump out from nowhere and feel all in a sudden that they could run this country. All they better get serious in this country. All they better get serious in this country, people. I tell you, power have no boundaries. Power have no boundaries. I have seen in other countries where men destroy the country, destroy their economy, destroy life and livelihood just to obtain power. People have a tendency when they hold on to power, they doesn't want to let go. We are faced with that situation in this country. All that old talk, all the taking, Rowley considering stepping down. Rowley considering stepping down. How much time will they hear that? How much time will they hear that? Rowley consider stepping down. Well, let me tell you something. Rowley might break a record. He don't break all the other records already as the worst prime minister, as the idiotic prime minister, as the ignorant prime minister, as the arrogant prime minister, as all kind of, he break all those records already. So he might footy well break that one, yes? But I had to see that before I believe that. He might footy well break that one. He might set an example, and trust me, he will set the example and nobody else will follow. You figure anybody want to step down from power in this country? You figure anybody want to step down from power in this country? Look at every institution. Look at any and every institution in this country, and you name one institution in this country that individual wants to step down from the position that they hold. You tell me one. Just call one now, randomly. You could ring me and give me one. One individual who wants to step down from power. One individual. You see, that is the reality that all you can face. That is the reality. That is the taste that plenty people don't like. Let me tell you something. People rather see things break up and mash up than to give up power. Oh, you ain't hear me? I say people rather see things break up and mash up and fall flat to the ground than to give up power. Take it from me. They rather the country crash head on, mash up, break up, kill out, die out before giving up power. Earlier I tried to educate earlier last year when I started this series on leaders and political leader. I show you that there's a difference between leaders and political leaders. I show you that difference, but it seems as though I didn't grasp it. Or they didn't grasp it. A real leader will sacrifice himself or herself for the country benefit. A political leader will sacrifice you for their benefit. Or they understanding it or what? A true leader will sacrifice themselves for the benefit of the country. A political leader will sacrifice you for themselves to remain in power. Or they understand that or what? All they feel this thing is a game. All they feel this thing is a plaything or all they recognizing this thing. They rather you die and them stay in power than they give up power for you to live. That is reality. Go into the history books. You will see few leaders who give up political power for the interest and the betterment of the country. You finding that in Trinidad? You're finding that in Trinidad? If you find that in Trinidad, let me tell you something. You have to make that out of clay. And if you believe that could happen in this country, you is just another joker who's living in a bubble. You is just a joker who living in a bubble. They will give you up. They will give you up. They will never give up themselves for your benefit. So don't mamaga yourself. Don't feel this thing is a bed of roses. Don't feel that every grin teeth is a smile. I learned that the hard way. And that is why when I see it now, I just smile because I know it. As you smile, I know that smile is only pretense. As you smile, I know it's your interest you have at heart, not mine. Few people in this country will give up for your benefit. Few people, you could probably count them on one hand. Anytime you have to count them on your toes, they ain't real. Count them on one hand. You think Ola Christopher going to get up tomorrow and say, hey, you see me? I think I feel like giving up this position for the country benefit. You feel you go see that? You feel Heinz getting up in the morning and say, hey, you see me, boy, Heinz, boy? You know he's a real big failure, boy. Here what happened? I go in and send him a resignation. Let the Prime Minister get somebody to fill that position. You feel you're going to see that? You really feel you're going to see that? Well, then take that and put it in every office and in every ministry and in every organization and see who's going to do that. See who's going to do that. But until all you wake up and realize that all you have been living in a dream since 1956. Since 1956, this country living in a dream. There was a Calypsonian who sang Better Days Are Coming. I can't remember his name actually. Better days are coming and the lion and the lion and the lion. Calypsonian sing that. And let me tell you something. There is no better days to come with politicians who have their own interests at heart. Remember I tell you that. Remember I tell you that. This thing that we experience in this country is real. Who's going to change it? How it will change? Let me tell you something. You have to get up in the morning and you have to go in the gas station or by the parts place and buy 5 quarts of oil when you need to change the oil in your car. You have to get up and go in the parts place or the gas station and purchase a filter when you need to change a filter in your car. You need to get up in the morning and go by the supermarket or the parlor and get groceries to put in your house in order to provide a meal for your belly to fill. So the point I'm making, you have to do something in order for any kind of change to happen in this country. You can't sit down and hope for a change. You can't sit down and hope I will bring a change for you. All of us has to get up and do something in order to bring about changes. You have been sitting from since 1956 to now, and you afraid change. You afraid a different result. You are living under pressure, but yet still you accept that. You have rotten politicians from the core, but yet still you accept that. You have power-hungry politicians, and yet still you accept that. You have politicians who cannot take you further than your nose, yet still you accept that. You have politicians who cannot fix your problems, but yet still you accept that. You have politicians who are thieves, yet still you accept that. You have politicians who corruption mark all over their forehead, but yet still you accept that. You have politicians who bringing you to your knees like lake asphalt workers. Yet still you accept that. So where are we going? We going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. Unless changes come in this country, you will continue to listen all the different entities, and yet you will have the same result. You know why? To fix this country is no longer talk. To fix this country required action. And to fix this country required action by you, the people of this country. You have to set the stage for the politicians to follow. And as long as you continue to support corrupt politicians, politicians who is worse than the criminal element on the outside there, you have nowhere to go. You have to do something to fix it. You have to do it. I have to do it. And if we don't do it together, then we might as well sit down and wait until the gunman and the bullet reach to our home. You might as well sit down and wait for that to happen. Because let me tell you something. Once we have these corrupt bunch of criminals and thieves and robbers with jacket and tie going to our parliament and utilizing fair words and fancy speeches, all that will happen is that you will continue to be deceived and the situation will worsen. You examine from 56 to now, examine where we were, examine where we are, and examine where we going. Let me tell you something. under what we have experienced, there is nothing better to come. We have to clean up we act. We have to clean up with politicians. We have to get rid of these thieving, lying, corrupt politicians. We have to find people with integrity to move this country forward. We have to find people with love to move this country forward. We have to find true patriots to move this country forward, not power-hungry idiots. There is people with so many allegations. And what we do, we present those persons every time, all the time, in front we face. But what we do, we just surrender voting. We just surrender. We just stop vote. The avenue which by to change these criminals, we just leave it alone. We stop vote. We ain't voting. We done with that. You think better will come by not voting? You think better will come by supporting the evil and the wrong bunch of individuals? You think better will come when you wouldn't stand up for what is right? You are the authority to tell some politicians, go home. You are the authority to tell some politicians, get out of here. You have the authority to tell some politicians, you're too corrupted. But no. You don't want nobody vexed with you. You don't want nobody to put you on some blacklist. What she call your skin, you're black like pitch, but you're afraid to go on a blacklist? One of the Jamaicans say black like a tar. Tell me who you are. But you're afraid to go on a blacklist? Well, let me tell you something. I will head any blacklist for a better Trinidad and Tobago. You think I care about lists, whether it's black or white or blue or green? I don't care about that. I care about Omar and Joshua. I care about Patsy, Lucy, Jane. I care about Harry. I care about Shanti. I care about Ching Yong or whoever. That is who I care about. In other words, I care about every race in this country. I care about the future generations to have a better life. Not the rotten life that we experiencing under some politicians that sit in the parliament. I want our children and our grandchildren to have a better life in this country. And in order to have a better life, we have to get rid of the enemies to democracy. We have to get rid of the criminals in politics. We have to get rid of the jacket and tie bandits that sits in the parliament. Whoever they may be, we have to get rid of them. And if we don't get rid of them, this country will go nowhere. I tell you over and over that the good book tell you that every tree will bring forth fruits after its kind. And if we have a bunch of thieves and criminals and murderers running this country, what do you expect will happen on the streets? It will be the same fruits that the politicians sow in the parliament. It's the same fruits that you will get on the streets in a raw and naked manner. The bandits in the parliament dress up with expensive jackets, pretty tie, nice shoes, proper hair comb and hairdo. The pen and all that they write mark bandit on it. What they expect will transfer to the streets. On the streets is not hairdo, it's any kind of hairstyle. Depend on the street, that they use to rob we in the parliament. On the streets is the naked gun and ammunition you get in. They rob in the parliament with a pen. On the streets they rob you with a gun. But why? Why this country in this condition? Because of the corrupt politicians. Politicians who affiliate with gangsters. Politicians who utilize gangsters for election. Politicians who give gangsters what they need in order to stay in power. That is what we are faced with in this country. And when you are faced with that in this country, what you expect will happen on the streets? So I listen to all the talks, you know. I listen to all the crime talk. I listen to the crime talk from my party. I listen to the crime talk on the street. I listen to the crime talk. I listen to all. You want to fix the problem, Trinidad and Tobago? Fix the parliament. You want to fix the problem, Trinidad and Tobago? Fix the parliament. You really want to fix the problem, Trinidad and Tobago? Get rid of the bandits in the parliament, whoever they may be. If you do not get rid of these criminals with the jacket and tie, let me tell you something. Heaven help your children and your grandchildren, so do mine. Except there's a passage of scripture that states, except you repent, you will all likewise perish. That's a passage from the good book. Except you repent, you will all likewise perish. That is what the book says. You know what I repent mean? To change your ways. Turn around. 360 degree. Turn around your life. You want to fix Trinidad and Tobago? You have to get rid of these corrupt politicians. Turn it around. Bring politicians who people will respect. Bring politicians who people would respect. I want you to examine the parliament, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say the parliament, the whole parliament, you know, the upper house, the lower house, examine. And put the people who you could respect on one side, and put the rest that you cannot respect on the other side, and see how the scale will read. You check it out and see how the scale will read. That is where the problem lies. You want to fix Trinidad? Fix the politicians first. When you fix the politician first, then policies and programs would resemble the fixing. Procurement and every other aspect of governance will resemble the fixing. If you don't fix that first, don't fool yourself and feel that you could fix anywhere else. The problem with an insane person is not the hand, the foot, the toe, the mouth, the ears, or the eye. It is the head. It is inside there. There lies the disorder. And when the disorder lies within those brain cells, then the eyes, the mouth, the hands, the feet, and every other part of the body will act and react to what is inside the head. So if you have the head of this country, if you have the parliament, ladies and gentlemen, continue to perform all manner of wrongdoing, what you expect the foot, the hand, the toe, the eye, even the toenail to do. And that is what you have on the streets. You have the effects of the parliament, the behavior of those in authority. You have the effect of that on the streets today. And it will continue to reap havoc until we, the people of this country, fix the parliament, get rid of the bunch of corrupt thieves, and install people with integrity, with morality. And I assure you that then and only then we will start to fix the problem. Good night. I gone.
If you sing the same song, I might go insane. Because it's a small the same thing I hear it. Like how it have a better day coming. But anyhow that I look around, I see the whole world heading for destruction. People committing crimes and for their escape. They're doing all that for the children's sake. The lion and the lion and the lion and the lion. Because we dying and we dying and we dying and we dying. Better days are coming. There you go.